I mean, this is one of those matchups where I feel like Bowser Jr. doesn't always get to do the crazy, like, control the game plan that he does. I mean, you think about the way that Side B and MkLeo really get to control the stage, and R.O.B just kind of shuts that all down with Gyro. And that's really the main thing that's going to determine this matchup. If Zap can do a good job of shutting down the gyro usage, I think that that is going to completely give him a fighting chance. But other than that,
yeah, starting off the game so far, just Zomba complete dominant control, playing the gyro to his advantage stage and just keeping Zap off stage. Not much that he's going to be able to do in the process. He already ate the double jump there in the process. Has to go for another up B. There it is. Tries to get the downer, going to be able to catch onto that ledge and get a bit of that invincibility, but already 140 damage.
I know that a lot of people aren't familiar with fighting against Bowser Jr. And not familiar with somebody who will taunt mid-game, but yeah, here we are. But I think that that does go to show, right, that like Zomba's going to have to sort of adapt on the fly to being able to, I was going to say, you know, hit like the downer like we saw in the recovery right there, but parry and then immediately go into the back air. Sure, that also works.
Just cross up air, that's all you need to do. And okay, I've seen this before with Zap. What is that tag? What is that? Is that Russian? What is that language?
It's in the Cyrillic alphabet, but I'm incapable of reading them. I don't know how any of those characters are pronounced.
Free agent. It stands for free agent. We just got the knowledge.
Thank you, production. I'm glad somebody in production can read Cyrillic because I can't.
Yeah. All right, going back in here, 128 right now on Zomba, 3 digits, but he's still keeping on the onslaughts with these forward airs. And again, when Zomba is off stage, bro, he's like he's not feeling threatened at all. He's got so much gas in the tank to be able to recover with all that fuel. Being able to have the double jumps, having aggressive options while in the defensive state allows him to be able to get towards center stage as easy peasy lemon squeezy.
It's such a R.O.B difference, right? I think a lot of people have to be worried about the mix-up of a bowling ball and a MkLeo and, you know, whatever other lingering hitboxes that Bowser Jr. has a ton of to be able to edge guard with, down airs even, right? But R.O.B just kind of doesn't, and Zap is struggling to find this first stock, and that is going to be the problem. Like, you just lose access to so many of your setups because you're built around pushing your opponent kind of into a corner, and R.O.B doesn't really get put into those big trap setups. So you just got to build up a lot of damage. Jabs will do the trick, but I got to make up a whole stock.
Just build up to 170 every time, you know, kill with rapid jab.
Easy,
that's
right?
The game plan. It feels bad because, like, Zap hasn't had too many opportunities to set up a lot of his traps, like you said, right? Being able to set up MkLeo, it takes time. You got to be able to create space between you and your opponent before setting up those little traps to throw at your opponent, or play the aggressive game like we're seeing right now from Zap. But Zomba knows the win con. He's playing aggressive on purpose. He doesn't want to give him an opportunity to set anything up.
I mean, that's what Zomba is as a player, right? Is that he's got his game plan, he's going to play it, and it's going to be up to you to stop him from doing that. Because otherwise, or you can just say, okay, I know what you're going to do, and I'm going to let you do it, but finding the gaps to sort of go through the armor is really tough. And I think that's what Zap has been trying to do. And when you fail to find those gaps and you lunge forward with your fencing sword.
Yes.
You leave your arm wide open for a counterattack.
Bro, I can't believe multiple kills were from the cross-up bear. Just literally every single time you'll see Zomba doing the short hop bear, just crosses up right behind Zap, whether it's off of a parry or just going for a punish on him, playing a little bit aggressive. And he still is able to close that out and bring home a game #1 in a dominant fashion, I might add.
Yeah. I mean, it really just looked to the way that I imagined the matchup would look, which was, you know, when Zap did get his hands on Zomba, you know, he's able to show off that he's got really, really good Bowser Jr. combos, right? Yeah. Bowjo actually can do some damage, but where he's able to get those openings, that's the bigger question. And Zomba was just either at angles that Bowser Jr. can't really attack, or he was off stage and didn't get put into any of those sort of inescapable situations or guess-for-your-life moments.
You gotta remember that. Zomba's been in this seat many times in the past, right? From Luminosity, are just always being able to go to majors, being in the hot seat. He's used to it. He's primed. Zap still, he does appear in tournaments, obviously, on the grand stage, but not as often as Zomba. So this is like something new to him. It's his first time being here at the Invitational. He qualified from the online tournament to be able to get to this spot, a local native from Florida. And, you know, maybe has to shake off a little bit of those jitters, you know, swipe off those nerves a little bit before jumping into this next set.
I was going to say, like, you know, maybe there's at least some amount of, like, familiarity, home field advantage, right? That Zap is the one local representative. And again, like, it's not even like anybody said, oh, we have to have a Florida representative. Zap ended up fighting to qualify in that LCQ and made it. Like,
It was just convenient that he was close by.
Yeah, just happened to be able to be here and fight for it. So,
and playing a character that a lot of people think is unviable, you know, because like when you have a roster like this, 89 characters to be able to play as, you know, so you're gonna have some weak links that eventually come out. But it's really cool seeing these character specialists who just like are diehard fans of these characters. You know, I don't know, Zap's favorite game, Mario and Sunshine or something, or he's
I have no clue. I don't even. All I know is that he's played this character. But I mean, you say you like fans of the characters, right? Sometimes it just comes down to the playstyle, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes something really resonates, and it's
dead.
clear that that has been there for Zap. Zomba, however, has said, "I will play the character that is good."
Dude, Zomba's, I mean, it's always been like this with Zomba in particular, but today he's been playing on fire. His advantage state is just out of this world.
Yeah, he hasn't been dropping anything.
Every time he pushes someone off stage, just like that, he always finds a way to get you into the arm rodar. Already trying to like find ways to like eat your double jumps, force you to go in a way that you want to go, so that you can be able to get the finishing blow out there. So creative too with these. Oh my God, Zomba, chill!
I've never seen that in my life. There
Showing up new combos
there
just
are
for
new
us.
things to see every day.
Just for us.
It's beautiful. Goodness gracious. 7% taken on the first 2 stocks.
Yes.
That is, I mean, you said the word dominant, and I think that accurately describes the performance here. And again, I don't know how much of that is really Zap's fault. It just does feel like, yeah, Zomba's playing on another level. It does seem like he's rather familiar with this matchup.
Yeah, so one thing that's really good about group stages like this is that these players have known these group stages for a couple days now, so they've had plenty of time to learn the 3 matchups they're going to be playing all day today. So, of course, knowing Zomba, he probably like did at least a little bit of studying against the Bowser Jr. matchup and knowing exactly what steps you can go for if you're trying to play the win, right? Knowing those 3 characters you can play against are so insanely helpful.
I think in a tournament format like this, it is apparent if you haven't done your homework, and it is embarrassing if you haven't. Zomba is not embarrassing himself right now.
No.
Finishing it off with the Takumi Fujiwara, the Tokyo Drift into the back air. That's one of my favorite ways to take a stock with Rob.
Zomba strikes me as the type of guy that just walks into a test, didn't study anything, and still aces it. And he just acts
And
aloof.
then look at what happens when he does study.
Yeah.
Look at what happens when he does. Dude,
I mean, who knows? Maybe he didn't at all. Maybe he's just doing this raw. Like,
it could be true. He's just like intuiting. He's like, it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's just Bowser Jr., guys. Like, it's just, he's a little guy. You get rid of the Koopa car, and he's done for.
I'm taking him, Luminosity Invitational number 2, back to school.
Yes. Nice.
So thank you for the full title drop, Zomba. Very nice.
You know what's interesting? Zap plays Junior, bro. Like, you have the whole roster of the Koopalings that you could play. And
yeah,
he
like
plays
not
Bowser
even
Jr.
just the
Not
whole roster
Roy
of the
or
game.
Ludwig or anything, dude.
Your
Iggy?
Koopaling,
Like-
your Koopaling of choice?
Bowser Jr.
Okay. I love after all that you said.
I'm a default Andy, bro. I like my breakfast is bread and butter, you know? Like, I'm very basic.
I thought you had a mozzarella stick today.
I did. Well, that's because they were there. Dude, the Cuban food in Miami is to die for.
Very good. Wait, so you're saying it was not just a mozzarella stick?
So there was one thing that was literally just like a string cheese that was just cooked.
Just fried string cheese.
Just fried string cheese.
Right.
And the other one was
As
like,
we call it, a mozzarella
yes.
stick.
And the other one was ham and cheese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Zap trying to cheese his way with some up tilts here.
Ooh.
Getting the back air. Okay, hold on a second. 59 damage. This
Back
could
to
be
school theme, A+ segue.
Yeah.
I'll give it up. Yeah, no, I mean, we were kind of joking throughout that whole stock because it just kind of felt like, yeah, this is the
same way
thing,
it's always gone.
Same thing you saw in the first 2 games, right? Like, you know, really what else is there to break down? But now here's Zap. I mean, getting more room to work with on PS2 I think is really important. You have a lot of mobility as Bowser Jr. I think that's really big to the game plan, and having a stage to enable that is also big, but if you didn't see the laser coming...
What made that really sad is that, like, Zomba shot the laser, and then after he shot the laser, Zap then went for the side B and committed after the laser was already shot.
Yeah.
So that was either picking up on a habit or Zomba was just randomly shooting a laser to prevent him from being able to double jump. It's like, oh, you did it anyways, and I caught it.
Nobody was able to see it, but when you said Zomba randomly shot the laser, you made a Zomba face. Just like a perfect, like, he just like took over your spirit for a second. That it was like the, you know, oh, I just shot it randomly. I could see it channeled.
Or both New Yorkers, I don't know what to say. Like. Okay, there we go. Good
so
call
calling out
out.
Zomba on that high recovery, right?
Yes.
Zomba did that with the laser there, now Zap doing the same thing.
Zap starting to turn online here, but might be a little bit too late. You're already down 0-2. You're down a little bit in terms of percentage, and now you're down in terms of stocks, bro. You're on your final stock of the set. I mean, Zomba, this is what's tough, right? Zomba 3-0'd Spargo. So, like...
you know he's playing good.
Yeah, you know he's playing good, and you know he can probably do it again against you.
But then again, right, I mean, you have to be able to make adaptations over the course of the set and at least show that you've got, you know, that fighting spirit.
Oh my God.
I think that, you know, to his credit, I think that Zap has recognized, hey, I have to stop trying to do Bowser Jr. things.
Yeah.
I need to start doing anti-Zomba things, right? Like, just play player to player, not character to character. To a certain extent, you can't avoid it. Zomba not quite going to be able to close out the final stock there, so Zap, I mean, hanging on by a thread, but got to see at least this next stock taken.
But right now, Zomba's got the stage control, putting him back off stage one more time, tries to catch the arm. Rotor goes down with an up B, actually throwing the bomb at him. This could be something sort of something special. Couldn't get the back air. I love the drift from Zomba, opting to go down instead of high to get caught by that hammer.
Still could end in just a moment. All the way across PS2 is still going to live. Very far way to go to the blast zone with a very heavy character. And I like the spacing right there from Zap, too. Really good callouts. You can tell that he is still fighting for his life. Okay. All right.
You know,
the what in the hell happened? Oh.
Bear. Spawn in, drop, just throw out the bear, abuse invincibility, go home with a 3-0.